This is nothing but controversy. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Nothing but controversy with Matt, Dawson, Cam, and Shaner.
All right, well, what's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of More Controversy, presented by the Nothing But Controversy podcast. And today we have a very, very special guest. He is a 25-year-old professional boxer fighting out of the super bantamweight level, which is, I believe, 122 pounds.
That's the one.
Yeah, he's fighting out of Staffordshire, United Kingdom. Currently has a record of 8-0 with 2 knockouts.
Yes,
Been
sir.
fighting since 2018. His last fight coming in March of this year by knockout against Lewis Norman. Just a man called Shabaz Maverick Masoud. So just to start, thanks for joining us again. We really appreciate it.
No, anytime, guys. Anytime.
Yeah, for sure. We like to ask all of the people we have on just to start by maybe telling us about your journey through life and your journey of boxing, like growing up all the way until maybe your last knockout victory to maybe what's next.
Yeah, it's just I was a young lad and just got into boxing. My father used to box, you see. So when I was like 3-4 years old, I just went to the gym with him, and I've just ever since I just fell in love with the game. But it was one of them. There's a lot of ups and downs in boxing and in life itself. So I was all this training. And I even had 3 years off from boxing where I was just training. I didn't fight for 3 years. I was moving cities and stuff. And then obviously when you're a young lad, you get into mischief, this and that. So I was on and off. And then as soon as I got older, I knew like this is the one thing. And I feel like God gives you a gift in life. And the gift he's given me is boxing. So I just knew in my head I need to stuck at it. And now I'm grateful for everything. Like, alhamdulillah, all praise to the Almighty, because He's blessed me, and more blessings to come.
For sure. Yeah, it's an amazing story for sure. Maybe I'm just wondering, but maybe tell us about like your last knockout victory. I was watching some clips of it. You dropped that guy a couple times. Like,
Yeah.
what was your mentality in that fight for sure?
You know what's funny? That fight on paper was supposed to be my step up, and the way I got rid of him was like it was a proper statement. Like I literally just got in there, did the dance. I couldn't even be bothered showboat with this guy, man. Sometimes I showboat, I put on a show, but there were no crowd there, so because it's behind closed doors. So I literally just got in there, just figured him out. As soon as I figured him out, just stuck it on him, got him out of there. But he's a good fighter. He's boxed other lads. Like he's boxed British champions, people who've gone on to win world titles. He took them 12 rounds. Like, so for me to get in there and just take him out the way I did, nice and easy. Like I was happy with that.
For sure. Another question I got for sure is maybe like what's next? Do you have any plans for a future fight? Have you been training lately?
I'm training. I live the life. I literally train every single day. Right now it's Ramadan at the moment, and I'm still training through. I don't eat all day. I don't drink my water. I pray, and then in the evening and through the night I'm training. But it's like you have to live the life in this game. You know what I mean? I'll catch up to you. So I'm training every day. The next fight is looking like early July, and I think it should be a step up, hopefully a 10-round day. It might be for a title, hopefully for a title, because I was mandatory for the English title, you see, the English championship. And a few times opponents have pulled out, but hopefully we find someone with a pair of balls. So we'll get someone in there, man, and we'll show them how it's done.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah, I know Shane wanted to jump in with a question here. So
yeah, man, come on, man.
Yeah, so you just kind of touched shortly on your training. Can you take us through like a normal training day for you? Like, what do you do? How do you start it and everything?
Do you know when we're fully in camp? I'm living down in Essex with Ben Davison. As you guys know, he trained Tyson. He brought Tyson Fury back. He's trained Billy Joe Saunders. Right now, he has Josh Taylor, the undisputed champion of the world. So we've got a great setup up there. Like in the mornings, we'll wake up, we go to the gym. We either do a boxing session or a strength and conditioning or conditioning session. So if we do that we wake up 7 o'clock, get some porridge down you, get some fuel in you, a black coffee. You need the coffee, man.
Yeah.
And then get to the gym for 8 a.m. Do our first session. It'll probably take sometimes 2 hours, sometimes an hour. Do a good session. Go back home, rest up, cook your food. Obviously, we're all dieting as well, so you got to cook healthy. And then just have a little power nap during the day. Come 3-4 o'clock back in the gym for another 2 hours. So it's another training session. Then go back. Sometimes we do I do a lot of my own stretching and the mobility work. But some days, even before 2 sessions a day, I used to do 3 sessions a day. But sometimes you don't want to overdo it in this game, you know what I mean? Got to be careful. So I'm always fit though, man. 2 sessions a day, I'm flying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And one more, another one. Every athlete kind of has like a game day ritual, what they go through every day in the morning when they wake up, everything. So what would you say your fighting day? Like, what do you go through during the day?
Man, even leading up to a fight, like I'm a firm believer of God. I'm a proud Muslim, and one thing with me is I think people say, "Oh, it's just me and him in the ring." Like I feel like as long as God's happy with me, He's gonna give me the strength to beat anyone. So I pray a lot before my fights. Even after my fights, I pray a lot. I'm thankful for what God's done for me. So, but yeah, it's just a lot of prayer, just focusing, and just I'll be buzzing, man. When it comes to a fight, oh, trust me, man. When you walk out I normally when there's fans there, I normally sell 350, 400 tickets. And you walk out, people just going crazy to you, all your own fans. And it's just a different buzz, man. It's crazy.
Can't imagine, yeah.
I'm sure it's a great feeling.
No, trust me, man. You just go in there, you just want to rip his head off, man.
And just my last question here. Obviously, you're just getting started. You're 8-0. You're on the come up here. So what's your dream place to fight? What's your dream venue, dream stadium, dream wherever you want to fight? What's your big goal?
You know what? One thing with me is I've always said I'm not. If I thought I could just be a British or an English champion, I won't be in the game. I genuinely believe I could be a world champion. So becoming a world champion one day, I want to be fighting over in America. I want to be going to different countries. I want to go different places. I want to challenge myself. You know what I mean? So yeah. But my dream ultimately will be one day do it in my hometown of Stoke-on-Trent, win a world title here. And one of my other dreams will be to box in the States as well. Always wanted to box over in the States.
I'm sure it's a different feeling winning on home turf.
Oh, trust me, man. You get these. It means that's a bit more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And God willing, it's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
I visualized it, man. I visualized it. Trust me.
For sure.
For the stars.
100, man. 100.
Yeah. All right. So Shane kind of touched upon it a bit, but like on your fight week and stuff. But you fight at 122 pounds. I'm wondering, if you could tell us through, and you go through your camp and you're training at a certain weight to fight at a certain weight. You're usually fighting above 122, right? But you have to weigh in at 122. So tell me about how you weight cut and what weight you end up actually usually fighting at.
To be honest, with me, because I touched up on it, I live the life, so I'm always not far from weight. I could make weight this weekend if I really wanted to. It's just a water cut because I'm always training. I'm always healthy. I'm always ready. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to a fight, if anything, because I'm always training and looking after myself, some people just eat to make weight. You know what I mean? They'll cut the portions down. But I'm actually eating to fuel my training, my performance in training. So I'm trying to get better each time. Some people are on a calorie deficit all the time and they're just flat in the gym, and they've not got the energy to get better. Mm-hmm. Whereas with me, because I'm always training, I'm always ready, and near fight weight, it's not that. I'm literally just feeling myself to get better each session. So I make it quite comfortable. But the water cut, it's not hard. It's nice and easy at the moment. But as I fill out a bit more now, I'm on the weights as well. As I fill out a bit more, it'll get harder. But it's one of them. It's part of the package.
Mm-hmm. So like, what weight would you say you fight at? You fight around like 125, 126?
122. I fight at probably the day after. I'll probably hit 130.
Yeah,
Easy. I'll probably hit 130 quite easy. And then when I'm walking around, like, I'm probably walking around right now at 133, 132. So I walk around a little bit heavier, but you can't walk around on fight weight. It's not healthy for you, man.
Mhm.
You probably won't be able to see me if I was on fight weight right now. You see a little lamppost about that.
All right, I got another one here. You kind of touched upon like how when you were younger, your dad was boxing. So like one of my questions was gonna be like what inspired you to start boxing? I'm just assuming it was your dad or whatever. But
Yeah, it was definitely my dad. But
yeah.
I fell in love with watching Prince Nassim as well when I was a young kid.
Yeah.
Nassim Hamid, and like
Mhm.
my dad loved him as well. So I just always wanted to box because I wanted to be like Nassim. My hands used to be low, like it's just everything around my life. Like I even bought like like cheetah skin gloves. I used to wear the cheetah skin leopard print shorts. I even had the leopard print cheetah skin gloves when I was a kid. And Nassim was one of the biggest like parts of why I followed boxing. But it's one of them. I reckon. I feel like boxing chooses you. Like not many people can do boxing, like especially as a career. There's a lot more downs than up. People don't realize. But the only thing people do see is like they just see the ups, like especially after fights. Everyone sees the Instagram post with your hand up. Ain't nobody see the struggle getting there, man.
Mhm.
Even winning one day, these fighters will be winning big titles. Everyone becomes their friend then, but no one sees the hardship getting there. Like there's so many struggles. I know the sad thing is only a few are willing to help you when you're at the bottom. When you're there, everyone's your friend. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, so you kind of just mentioned it, that boxing chooses you. You don't really go ahead and choose boxing.
No.
So what's your thoughts on, these YouTubers, these celebrities trying to get into the boxing game?
I knew
Listen,
he was gonna-
I see like Logan Paul. He calls himself
Yeah.
is it him or Jake Paul? They call himself the Maverick, one of them.
Yeah.
It's Logan.
The
It's
I'm
fake-
like,
the fake Maverick.
I get pissed off. I'm like, yo, I'm the Maverick, and like they just these YouTubers, man, they're just full of gas. Literally, that is like UK slang for like just full of crap, basically,
Full
man.
of shit, yeah.
Full of shit, basically. Like they made the money off YouTube. Like stick to YouTube. You come over to this game, and you like they make so much more money like than the average fighter. And I don't think it's fair because fighters are putting their lives at risk every single fight, and they won't make a fraction of what you guys make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm happy he's fighting Mayweather because he's gonna get his head kicked in, so he's gonna learn what it's like.
Yeah, that's what I like. I'm not the biggest boxing enthusiast in the world. Like I love the sport, but I'm not, a fan like Matt or like Shane. But I always found the YouTubers, I find it disrespectful to think they can just come in and not understand the actual work that goes into it. And
It's like he went to the UFC as well last time, Logan Paul, and he
Mhm.
was there calling out the UFC stars, and I was thinking in my head like, man, if one of these guys grab you, they're gonna fill you in. Like I was hoping for to fill him in.
Yeah.
But literally, like, they need to respect fighters. This ain't easy. This ain't a game. The people's lives are at stake. People have got brain damage off this sport. People have life-changing injuries. Like you need to respect this sport. Don't treat it as a joke. Fair enough if they come to boxing and they show respect and they do it the right way. There's ways to do things. But these guys come in talking shit, and it's annoying, man. It's annoying.
So annoying.
Yeah. I don't know if you've looked at any of like Jake Paul or any of their fights, but do they actually have technique, or are they just?
Bro, anyone could throw a punch, and that's how I look at it. Like these guys, anyone could throw a punch. Anyone. He's quite a big lad, so if he does land, he'll probably knock you out because he's a big guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes to boxing fundamentals, having a bit of a brain, knowing what to do in situations, he doesn't look like he's got anything.
Yeah, that's why
Ah.
it's a lot more. Everyone can throw a punch, but not everyone can fight.
Watch when he fights Mayweather. Watch Mayweather stop him. He'll stop him quick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing with Jake Paul is that his first fight was against another YouTuber who they're just having beef on YouTube. So it was just a
Who
whole.
was it? KSI.
Yeah.
No, that was Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, that was Logan.
Oh,
KSI beat Logan Paul. Like,
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
enough. Like, but Jake Paul fought this guy like Asan Gibb or something. I think he's a guy from the UK or something like that. I don't know exactly who he is, but then he fought, and this guy's like what 6'1", 190, and he fights Nate Robinson because he's a professional athlete, even though he's 5'7", probably like 160 pounds. And then he fights.
Is this the UFC fighter he fought?
Yeah, and then he fights Ben Askren, a guy who's not known for boxing at all, who walks in looking like a loaf of bread, like that hasn't got off the couch.
He may as well have literally just got the local taxi man and boxed in. Right, or the local bin man and just said, "Put your gloves on, mate. We'll have a go."
Yeah, and then he comes out, he starts calling out like guys like Conor McGregor and stuff, and like Usman and Daniel Cormier, like guys who
McGregor would kick his head in.
Yeah, they all would. They all would.
Oh my gosh, this is what I mean. Do you know what it is though? It's like I'm so glad he's fighting Mayweather. Mayweather's a punch his head in, and it'll shut him up and humble him. Hopefully, it does.
I hope so. I hope Mayweather doesn't play around with him for the crowd and whatnot, and let him hang around for 3 rounds. I hope he ends it quick.
Oh, get in there and just take him out and just show him like this ain't no joke, man.
That's it.
For sure.
Hopefully.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like how we all got hats on.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you look at our logo, it's basically just a microphone with a cap on it. So I guess we gotta hold the stereotype.
Trust me, man.
Bringing it back to the questions, I guess. I was gonna ask you who your favorite boxer was growing up with that other question, but I guess you kind of already mentioned it. So
yeah,
I guess the question I would ask now is, who's your favorite boxer to watch today?
Oh, I've got a few. One of my stable mates, Josh Taylor, probably. He's one of my favorite fights.
He's fighting
Ramirez.
They're fighting on my birthday. I was so hyped when I saw that. Like, that's an undisputed title, eh? Like,
well, that's an undisputed fight, and Josh is. I like watching him because he's my friend as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I watch him. I get nervous, man. I feel like I'm fighting myself. You know what I mean? I like watching my friends, but I love Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders is another one of my good friends. I spoke to him not so long ago, and he's boxing this Saturday against Canelo.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's fighting the pound for pound best fighter in the world this Saturday. What do you think?
But he could pull it off, man. Billy's just special. Billy is special.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Terence Crawford. That guy's a dog, man. He's a dog. He can fight. There's a guy called Jerome Ennis.
Okay.
Love him. Good fighter. And do you know what it is with me? I respect all fighters, and every fighter does something good. You know what I mean? Like, if I watch, I could be watching young kids fighting, and I'll look, and if someone's doing something good, I think in my head, like, I'll try that. Like, you take bits and bobs of everyone. You can learn off anyone and everyone in this game. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Now, just going back to that, do you think there is a skill that's the most important for any boxer? Is it, head movement? Is it something, or do you have to have a combination of everything, or is there one skill that really stands out above everything?
I feel like everyone can punch, everyone can move, defend. I feel like knowing when to do the right thing at the right time is a big thing.
Yeah.
So your boxing IQ, you need to know this is the time to put pressure on. This is the time to draw him onto a shot. This is the time to box with him, to keep him at bay. Like, you need to know when to do certain things in a fight. So it's like Andre. Andre Ward, the boxer.
No.
Oh, he's retired now, but he's one of my favorite fighters. But it's not because of how good he is in one certain thing. He's pretty good at everything he does, but nothing stands out. You're like, oh my gosh, look at this guy's defense. Oh my, look at his attack. Look at his power. But he's good at everything, but he knows when to do the right thing at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'd say. Boxing IQ, your brain.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like a not really serious question, kind of more of a joke
Go
kind of
on.
question. But as like a professional boxer, you watching like boxing movies, like let's say Rocky or Creed or stuff, how
Yeah.
accurate is that stuff actually? Like
That's
the training and like
You know what?
guys in their corner.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, day before my fights, I would put Rocky on, like Rocky. I just watch Rocky all day, and it like pump me up. I just want to. I know, like I'd picture myself put myself to the paces like Rocky did, but all the training and all that stuff, like it's not real, man. It's all bullshit.
Have you seen the Creed movies?
Oh, I've seen Creed, man.
They're good.
Seen
They're
Creed. I prefer Rocky.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
Mm. Prefer Rocky over Creed.
Mm-hmm. I got a big question. So
Okay.
basically, I'd say probably the biggest fight in the world right now that could be made is Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
That's been rumored to be being signed. It's going to be
It's,
signed.
I've heard it's done. Everyone's saying it's done. I reckon it will be done.
Yeah. So they're saying it's going to be like a 2-fight little package or whatever. What do you think is going to happen? Because I have a very strong opinion of this, and I would like to know what you think before.
I genuinely think a lot of people are doubting Anthony Joshua too much. I think Fury beats him because Fury's the better boxer. Fury's a lot better fighter than him. However, it's a closer fight than what people think. A lot of people ain't giving Joshua the credit he deserves. And he's shown in his last 2 fights, he can switch it up. He can adapt because he's become a better fighter since the Ruiz fight. He adapted. He brought people in. He's willing to learn and get better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the main things. And it's heavyweight boxing. One punch will change it, mate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, first, if you fight in the heavyweight division, like you have to have like a strong chin in the first place.
Yeah.
That's one of their 2 biggest, like one of their flaws. Both of those fighters that they have kind of a weak chin, right?
No, but you know, it is in heavyweight boxing, mate. It's not about chin. Anyone can get put down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, like, what I'm saying is, I don't know. I've watched them both fight. I agree that everyone's just saying like Joshua's got no chance, but I think Joshua's a stronger puncher than Fury is.
Okay.
I just think Fury's the better boxer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And to be honest, still to this day, one of the craziest thing I've ever seen in a boxing fight was Tyson Fury getting up from Deontay Wilder's 12th round punch. Like that was the craziest thing. I saw him go down and I thought he was unconscious. Like that was gone. I can't believe
that's his life. That knockdown represented his life.
Yeah.
The way he just got knocked down and he come back up, like that was meant to be. That was something from God, I feel like.
Because I don't know if you guys, Shane and Dawson, know, but like Tyson Fury was like boxing and stuff, and then he went into like a deep depression with like alcohol and drugs. He ended up being like over 400 pounds and stuff. There's like a video on YouTube and stuff. It's really inspirational, actually. But like
I've met Tyson a good few times, and Ben obviously used to train Tyson, who my coach is, Ben Davison. So I do like Tyson a lot. I've always gone with him when I've met him. And it's remarkable his comeback, how he got back. Like Ben told me what he weighed when he came back and what he dropped, and I was like, wow, like that man. Everyone wrote him off, and look at him now. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, well, I think that's good. I think we're good for the serious part here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing with all of the athletes that come on our podcast, we're going to be asking one little funny question just to get the juices flowing here. So I don't know if you've ever heard of this question. It's like the classic island question. Okay, right? So you're on a plane. The plane crashes on an island. You're the only survivor, and someone comes down and gives you 3 wishes. You can only bring 3 things to this island to survive. What are you taking to the island?
My family.
Okay.
Oof. You know what? If I'm thinking of it from a smart perspective, yeah. I'd probably take some chickens, you know. Bro, I'll be getting my protein in the morning.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
think about it. There might be a
You'll
chicken
be
on
getting
the
your eggs.
island.
You'll be getting your eggs in the morning. You'll be getting obviously if the chickens breed and they hatch. Once every month you'll be getting some chicken legs or something. And
And the Gucci hat.
nah, not the Gucci hat, man. Leave that home. This needs to stay safe. What else would I take, man? Let me think. My family, some chickens. Oh, my dog. How am I gonna forget my dog? I
Sure.
love my dog, bro. Nah, yeah, my dog, 100% my dog.
There we go.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I
that
love
does
my
it.
dog. I can't believe he come third though. if I'm thinking he would have come first, then.
Pick the chickens over your dog.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, no, I would have picked the dog over the chickens.
Yeah.
but you know what though? He'd end up eating the chickens. He's a bit protective.
All right. Well, that does it for another episode of More Controversy presented by the Nothing But Controversy podcast. Once again, we'd like to thank the one true real Maverick.
The real Maverick.
Not
The real
this-
Maverick. That's the one.
That's what I'm saying. Not this Logan Paul jokester. But thank you,
Nah,
Shabaz,
man.
for joining.
Anytime, my brother.
We really had a good time. We
Thank
wish you
you.
luck in your next fight. Definitely
Thank
send me
you,
a
boys.
text when you book that next fight. I'm going to be
Do
watching it.
you know what? Anytime you guys need guys need me or anything, man, just drop me a DM on Twitter or Instagram or something. Let me know you're from the podcast and come on, we'll sort it out, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Take care of yourself.
Top guys, man. See you later, boys.
Bye-bye. Good luck.
Good luck.
God bless, man. Thank you.